In this video, I'm going to share some cool blues licks in jazz soloing. Hey, it's Tobey here. We are in the middle of a tutorial series about the song My Funny Valentine, which is in C minor, which really lends itself to blues playing. We've also discussed bebop scales, under and over patterns, and lots has gone on here. But in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the more blues riffs that you can stick into your soloing. So let's just pick up where we left off in the last video. And the first thing we did was we tackled this bebop scale here. And that's the under and over pattern that we talked about when you're approaching destination notes or destination chords. So you've got under, over, under, and back. Or things like that that lead to destination notes. And let's continue on where you've got, and that's just a bebop scale to end off here. So it's either F7 bebop or C minor Dorian bebop scale, with the E natural being the passing note. And now we're getting into the more bluesy part of it, where I think is the focus of this particular video. And we're starting off this line with simple 7, 1, 3, 5 of A flat major 7. And then you've got the bebop scale of A flat major going to a 2-5 of C minor. And that's 1 minor 7. Okay, so when we do that, you've got, and that's where we've got blues coming in. So this is pretty typical. Now there's many things that you can do with the blues scale. Obviously this is the blues scale. So 1, flat 3, 4, sharp 4, flat 5. Then you've got 5, flat 7, and back to 1. Just basically a few notes to make up the blues scale. But you're sticking it in conjunction with all of these other things going on. So right there, that's just blues. And you could actually put a grace note here in front of that F sharp or G flat. And that's what we do here, where we're putting a grace note in front of the G flat right here, but we're also adding the C on top. So that's a really neat blues lick. So you're sliding from the 4 into the sharp 4. And it's just blues scale. Okay? So from the beginning of the line, and then all we're doing is we're backing off from, you've got these eighth notes over here, and then we're just playing chords here. And you often do that in soloing when you're coming to the end of a solo. So you're winding down all of the notes. And you can get super busy with your soloing, and I often do. In fact, by this time in one chorus of solo, I might be doing things like this, where from the A flat major 7, and then you just completely back off from that and put in these half notes. And that's what makes soloing interesting. You don't just want to play eighth notes all day long. You don't just want to play 16th notes all day long. You know, I often hear piano players just let loose and just continue and just more notes and just keep throwing it in. But there's no contrast in that, and it's a lot less musical than if you were to put in some contrast. And that's what we've done here. And that's the whole point of playing those half note chords. So from the beginning of the line, one more time. And now we're at the last line of the video after a really long tutorial series, and we just got this one line to do. So let's take a look at that. And there is more blues licks in here, so we'll take a look at those. All right. The destination chord being A flat major 7, we're putting this cluster down here. And then all we're doing is playing 7, 5, 3, 1 of A flat, and then 2, 3, 5, and 7 of F minor. And we've talked about that before, where you're going from a half step below and playing the chord. And that's something that we've talked about in other videos in this tutorial series. And then you've got 3, 5, 7, and 9 of B flat 7. And then that's your destination chord. And then you've got this blues lick going on here. So I want to show you how to do that because it's got two grace notes, the F, F sharp to G. And that's how you play it. You play the F with your second finger, and then the third finger rolls from the F sharp or the G flat to the G. And you just do it quickly like that. So the whole line is. Do you hear it lag a little bit there? That's where this quarter note triplet pattern. So you've got quarter note triplets, but we're not playing the first one. So instead of on the beat, for example, if we were 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it lags behind the beat a little bit, and that's where those triplets come from. So that's what gives it that really cool feel. So one more time. All right, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial series. I'm going to play the entire solo for you now, and then when we come back, post a link to the sheet music, which I've transcribed for you. And again, I've written this whole solo out to really help you understand how solos are put together and all the elements that go into creating one. In the last video, I mentioned that it might not be super musical as solo that I would play, but I backed off from so many notes to kind of give you a really good intermediate to expert idea of how to put a solo together and all the different elements and my thought process behind it. So let me play it for you now, and then I'll post a link to the sheet music. Okay, so there's the solo that I've written out and transcribed for you. I'm going to put a link to that sheet music here in the corner. It's an entire chorus of soloing on my Funny Valentine. I hope you enjoy learning it. If you have any questions or comments about it, just post them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And if you're looking for some soloing ideas on other songs, please post the name of the song or whatever you'd like to learn, and we'll make a video about that too. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And when you do, hit the little bell because you'll be notified of the upcoming videos that we are making. I'm Tobey. Thanks for your time.